What's going on, Goonies? In today's PUBG Mobile video, I'm going to be talking about the update changes to the Miramar map. Probably some of you guys think of this update as the Sandstorm update for Miramar, or a lot of you guys think about the new Cheer Park, or even the Win 94's changes, and of course the canted sites. But this update also brought changes that a lot of people did not talk about, glossed over, didn't think about, and they are the real dangers to Miramar. The sandstorms can cause some issues with obviously vision and all that good stuff, but these changes that were made took an immediate effect on me and my squad. So I wanted to bring it to you guys and kind of talk to you guys about it. I set up some scenarios with some friends, which I'll be thanking at the end of this video, to show you guys what I feel like are the real dangers to Miramar now. So with that being said, let's get started.
Better DJ bring it back, tell them play that shit again, tell them turn up the bass. Better DJ bring it back, tell the DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it.
Now, Goonies, although these changes were glossed over and not really talked about, I feel like these are the most important changes. And what I mean by that is changes to the actual buildings. There's changes to the 5 stacks in Picado, El Pozo, and probably several other places in Miramar. Changes to the red apartments in Picado, and changes to the building tops in San Martin. Now, you might not think these are big deals, but I can tell you firsthand, just playing, that it has made pushing these buildings, in some cases it's made it problematic, and in other cases it's actually made it easier. So we're going to watch some scenarios, and let me just get started here with the 5 stack in Picado. Now, you'll see here a typical push with the 5 stack in Picado, and what usually happens is a squad's holding the top. In this scenario, there's a squad coming up the staircase. They're going to grenade the back room, because usually when you push the 5 stack, you want to rush into the back room, catch an angle, try to knock some of the people that are in the main part of the upstairs, and then rush them. So that's what's happening here. The team that's pushing the stairs is getting bogged down by the team that's up top. They're trying to push out. They've run the guy out of the back room, which is part of protocol. But as you see here, the attack is bogging down, and it gets very difficult even if they don't use the new holes that are in the game. Now, we'll do it where the other team is going to utilize those holes in the floor, which are the changes, by the way, to this particular building. And they are big changes, and what that allows the defending team to do is to flank around, drop down behind the attackers. They can use 2 players to drop down behind them. So while the push, or the players that are pushing the top, are in the staircase trying to push out into the top, next thing you know, instead of worrying about just what's in front of them, they got to worry about what's behind them. And this creates a huge problem. Right here, these guys are getting bogged down. They're smoking out. They're trying to maintain their push and get their players up, which they did. Those players are up. They're really weak now. And as you can see, this pretty much turns into a meat grinder now on 5 stack. You're going to eventually see the defending team flank around these guys and actually take them out. And that's what I'm talking about when it comes to problems. Now, I would actually say now, with these changes to 5 stack, it is very problematic to push 5 stack. Your team will easily get eliminated if you don't have people watching your backside and take you out. That's what's happened here. These guys were flanked and they were taken out by the defending team. So in my opinion, 5 stack pushes now are more dangerous than they've ever been since the start of the game. Okay, Goonies, now we're going to talk about the changes to the reds or apartments in Picado. And if you guys are familiar with the old layouts, they were basically 6 rooms. There's a hallway in the center, and then either way you go, there's 2 rooms on the sides and a back room. Now, pushing these rooms were kind of hard, because if a team was entrenched, you could have a guy in either room and a guy or 2 in that back room, and you don't know where they're going to TPP peek you as you're going in. So pushing those could be problematic. The changes now to the reds have actually made pushing a lot easier. and I'm going to show you in these scenarios that we ran the other night. So with that being said, let's get started. I think these changes actually are going to make it a lot easier to attack the reds. So we lose ground on 5-stack, but we gain ground on the reds. So if you're defending the reds, it's going to be a little bit tougher. So let's just watch these teams push each other up the stairs. As always, usually a team always holds the top. I don't know why that is, but that is what it is. And right here, they're trying to go up there. Grenade hits them. Defending team gets aggressive here. Reason goes down. And they're just whittling them down. But see, as you can see, there's not like a labyrinth or a maze of rooms now. There's only one area that the pushing team has to focus on either side. And once they get those defenders down, it's game over, as you see here. And we're going to run another scenario showing another push from the other side. And right here, I'm going to show you a couple of dangers about these two. You can now get picked off from both sides in that one main room if you're in the wrong place. Unlike the old rooms, which you had a little bit of cover. So now the reds are very dangerous to try to defend. And I think that is a huge change. It is a attacker-friendly area. The defender has a huge job to do. Right here, Pubg gets caught up, and he is taken down. As you see, the push is going good. Cerberus tries to jump and flank these guys out the window, which would have been a pretty good move. He got one of them down. But right here, as you see, the push was just too much for the defenders up top, and once again, they go down. So my thing is, guys, the apartments now is a great place to attack, not necessarily to defend. All right, Goonies, and lastly, the changes I want to talk about is the changes to the rooftops in San Martin, or San Martin, if you will. And as you'll notice, the rooftops in San Martin, or as I call it, San Martin, did not have cover. Now they have cover. You've got these beautiful boxes on top of these buildings. And in this scenario I set up, I told these guys, you got Kratos here, Carver, Ink Mermaid, Cerberus, Brick Wall, and Dope Reason fighting it out. And I told these guys, no rules, just try to eliminate each other. So the thing that I want to draw attention to and about this is the fact that now you have cover if you get knocked. Whenever I used to drop in San Martin, which I did a lot, I usually dropped brick building where Ink and Cerberus is, and typically my first priority was to get off of that rooftop. Well, now I think you're able to loot that rooftop, and you're able to actually conduct a firefight there when before you could not. All you had was like a duck work up there, and then of course that little room there you might could hide behind. But if there were people on sign building, they'd take you out, or the building where Dope Reason and Brick Wall is. So my thing is now these rooftops are now fight friendly. If you get knocked, it's not automatic death. You don't have to run necessarily. But you still have to be aware of the other rooftops, and there are angles to be taken out, and you can get eliminated. But this change is actually friendly to the defender, and I actually really enjoyed this change. San Martin is a hotbed of fighting, as you guys know. There's tons of action here. There's lots of people that drop in this area, and Hacienda de Patron. And then the guys that drop at Hacienda de Patron usually rotate to San Martin next, because usually bad loot. And so this place is a hotbed if you ever drop here. And so these changes to me have made San Martin even more pleasurable to fight in. So I really like this. Hats off to the Pubg Mobile guys for that. But the changes that I spoke about earlier in Pecado are going to make Pecado a kind of a rough place. There's going to be a lot of different strategies utilized coming up to clear these to clear the 5-stack. Honestly, the 5-stack is definitely the most problematic change for me as a player. I don't know about you guys, but pushing the 5-stack is definitely going to be a lot more problematic now. And obviously those holes in the floors, which I didn't really talk about very much, but those things, those changes make it a lot more dangerous for the pushing or attacking team. But like this one here, these changes here are just good. I think this just gives the ability to utilize your height on these buildings a little bit more, and to get defilade on your enemy if they try to approach the building, and also to hide behind cover if you're knocked. So I like these changes. I think they're good, and I think that it's going to definitely add to the fighting in San Martin. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, these are the most dangerous changes, in my opinion, to Miramar. You know, despite the new guns, the golden car, the sandstorms, all that stuff, these changes actually affect everyday play, and they are the most important changes, but yet so glossed over, not even talked about for the most part. So for me, I wanted to bring your attention to that. Obviously, a lot of you guys already know that. The ones that are Miramar lovers will know that. But hey, special thanks, guys, to the people that came together in Discord and helped me make this video. I'm going to try to get everybody's name. Brickwall, Goon Kratos, Mad Carver, Ink Mermaid, Dope Reason, Spooby HD, and Crazy Kev and Skiz. You guys, thank you so much for helping me out with this video. And as a consolation prize to these guys, I told them they could fight it out in Hacienda de Patron, and whoever won could run over me with a Mirado. And with that being said, here it is. Guys, hit that subscribe button and then watch some of these videos. I promise you they're entertaining.